morning. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Dear students, teachers, SFTs, principal, HODs and parents. Welcome to Virtual Math Exhibition 2021. The goal of NAS Math Department is not to increase the amount of knowledge, but to create the possibilities for a child to invent and discover, to create men and women who are capable of doing new things. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of mind to think. Children must be taught how to think, not what to think. This event provides the students the opportunity to showcase their creative abilities while reflecting the skills they learned during their math lessons. Good luck, students.
Thank you, Dr. Negat, for this introduction. And let us now to start with the first project.
Statistics. I'ma tell you the basics of all you'll be faced with here in statistics. I'ma tell you the basics of all you'll be faced with here in statistics.
Hi, welcome to Academy School, teachers, students, and parents. Today, I will be the instructor, and our subject will be regarding statistics with the topic of the duration that the children facing electronic devices, represented by statistics team from grade 12A and C. Hope you enjoy. So, phase 1, we have made a couple of steps to get enough information for the next phase. We went to lesson 5.3 to brainstorm by using a couple of questions. We have identified and grasped the idea of the lesson. We had a meet with our teacher to share with him the ideas and the information that we got from the lesson and the questions. Our investigative question was, what is the duration that the children face electronic devices? We have asked some teachers, pharmacists, and doctors. And we have used the Excel sheet to organize our questions and the names of the list. With the help of the survey that we made and investigative questions, we have formed a hypothesis that the children doesn't face electronic devices for a long time. Our teacher have confirmed our hypothesis and gave us the approval. This project took 1 month and a half to be done. Although for the survey, it took from us 2 weeks to have enough evidence and information. The material that we use is Excel sheet, PowerPoint, videos, Google Meet, and asking a parent or survey. So, in phase 2, our hypothesis was that the children doesn't face electronic devices for a long time, although the result was shocking for us, because it was showing a total opposite results to our hypothesis, that the students face electronic devices for a long time. And since it is a pandemic situation, there is online study. And now the project sheet will be shown for you to see everyone in our group what he did and what is his mission. Day 3, we have conducted the math experiment. As well, we have collected the accurate data and information for the project. Now,
Just a second. Give me the second one.
the data that we have collected will be shown and represented in the graph. And now, in phase 4, we will show you how we have solved the problem solving. Hi, new Academy School students and Ms. Nugget. So today we have been asked to use the lesson that we took it with our teacher Mr. Abdul Wahab in our real life and use it to solve a problem or to discover a problem and the amount of that problem and percentage of that problem. Okay, so today our real life problem, it will be about the duration or the timing that the children they are facing at an electronic devices. Wish you that you will enjoy our meetings and our solutions and how we have been solved the question. Have a nice day. Thank you.
This table shows the period, the amount of time that the child plays with their phones. So we asked our teachers about their kids and how much time they spend on the electronics or phones. After collecting the data, we will use the calculator by pressing mode 3.1, and then we will add the data shown in the table. After that, we will press AC and shift 1.4. We will have two options, either finding the mean by pressing 2 or the standard deviation by pressing 4. So first we need the mean, we will press 2 and then equal. We will have the answer that is 10.0625. As my colleague said, we have two options, 2 for mean and 4 for standard deviation. So after finding the mean, we will press AC again and then shift 1.4 and 4 as we meet the standard deviation. And then we will press equal, we will have the answer that is 4.75. Now the mean, standard deviation, mu, and the n, which is a random sample. We will replace all of them by using the formula as well. We need to find that equation. X equals 10.0125. The mu1 is 13.032. Standard deviation equals 4.75. And n is equal to 16. Then we will replace them in the formula x minus mu1 over s divided by square root and n square root. And then we will cross equal. The answer will be negative 2.500. Step 1. State the hypothesis and identify the claim. U1 equals 13.032. and the other one, the mu, greater the mu is less than 13.032 K.
So, as we know, and as it is written in the question, that it will be one tail A, and the number will be 0.10, and df equals 7. So we'll go straight away to the T table and we'll search. So first of all, here we have one tail A, 0.10, and then here we have df. Okay, so we'll go down from 0.10 till we reach 7, that is here. So it will be 1.415. Okay, and as it is written, it is less than. So whenever it is less than, so it will be at the left side and with a minus side, with a minus sign. Okay, and now I will pass through to my colleague Hamid.
As we graph out the number from the table, we will draw the graph so the shaded part will be on the left as if it's less than 0. So negative 2.500 will be shown at negative 1.415 will be shown at the left side of the graph. Step 5. Summarize the result. There is enough evidence to support the claim that the average starting deviation for the children is less than 13.032.
In phase 5, we need to reflect on our project. As well, it was an amazing experience. As we couldn't grasp well the idea of the lesson, we did it as a project and it became much easier to be grasped. In phase 1 and phase 2, it was the hardest phases because we need to make a survey and wait for the results till it pop up. Although the rest of the phases was easy to be solved because it depends on a mathematical problem solved. I would thank you for listening to our project, and I would thank all of the teachers who supported us this year, especially Ms. Marwa, the head of the section.
Okay, thank you, Muhammad Sayed, for this interesting video talking about all of the phases, and this lets us to show some evidence of your work. First of all, your PowerPoint presentation. I think that's needs some working, or just showing what did you do exactly in each phase and each step by solving this real life application. Muhammad Said, are you here with us?
Yes, Mr. Amir.
Okay. I think that's the survey you already did.
Yeah, we have asked a couple of teachers and doctors and pharmacists about the duration that their children or their like their friends' children they are facing electronic devices for how many like hours per a day.
Yes, we have
Um,
here. Ms. Marwa, Mr. Ayman, Mr.
Yeah.
Ahmed, Ms. Nazia, Ms. Mary, Ms. Fatima, Ms. Mona, Mr. Dr. Ali, Dr. Anwar, Professor John, and so on. Mhm. That's
So,
about it.
we was expecting, as our hypothesis was expecting, that it will be less hours of duration that the children they are facing electronic devices. Although we was uh, we was shocked of the result, because of the result, as it was showing for us that there was facing an electronic device for a long time, and as it is an online sessions and those things, so the parents they cannot control their children.
Yes, I can see that. Okay, Muhammad, and I think the PowerPoint presentation just presenting what the answer step by step, right?
Yeah, how we was solving it step by step. uh, so all of the team, we was solving it together, not only one person by himself. So for each step there was someone who was solving it, and at the end we was collecting all of the answers and graphing out the graph.
So that's I think that's lesson 8.1, 8.2, right? That or what? What lesson?
8.3.
8.3, and this just a problem solving applying on the lesson
Yeah,
itself, not a
yeah,
question in the book. So that means you make your survey and try to apply the data you already got from lesson 8.3
three
to
on
apply
the
it
result.
in this survey. Okay,
Yeah,
right?
so we have took the idea of the lesson, and we have applied on the real life by asking some teachers about the duration of facing electronic devices. And at the end we have discovered that the children nowadays, because of pandemic situation and those situations, so they are facing online sessions and those things, so they are facing an electronic device for a long time.
Yes, that's it.
And the survey it took from us 2 weeks. Actually it is the main phase that it took from us.
Yeah, I can see that. Good, Muhammad. يعني just we need to hear from you. What's your reflection generally about the project and the subject itself and so on before the project and after the project, and what's the importance of the project and how we can apply that project next time and so on. Just yeah, first of all, let us to talk about your experience before the project. What did you think, and now what did you think?
Actually, before I'm doing the project, I was facing a problem regarding the lesson. Wasn't that much clear for me. Although, as you said, for us, go for any lesson that you didn't get it well, and try to apply it on the project. So we went, all me and my group. So we went to the lesson, and we went there to abstract the idea of the lesson and apply it on the real life. Actually, it was hard for us because it was like from the hardest lessons for us. So we tried to take the idea from the lesson and from the question of the lesson and to apply it in our real life. And actually, it became much easier for us to understand the idea and the lesson. Like it was much easier.
Yeah, sure.
So, with the help of you and Miss Marwa, we we can like go and ask any teacher freely, and we can complete our survey, and that's it.
Yes,
So,
that's it.
so
Yeah,
thank you.
generally that's good work and a good job, Muhammad. I think. Just I need you to talk to me about your team members. They were helpful. They working with you in each stage, in each phase, or just
Ac-
about them.
Actually, as we know that no one can make all of the project by himself, so the one hand it cannot clap by itself. So all of my team and me, we had each of us, like we made phases. So in each phase we was giving the other one, like the other team members, the ideas and what they should do, and they were going and apply it and coming up with us like with a result. So with these results, we have solved the question and we have applied the lesson in our real life. Without them, without the team member, we couldn't solve the question and we couldn't reach till the end of the project.
Yes,
So I want to thank my team members for cooperating with each other, and I want to thank you for putting me with these team members that they are cooperating with each other.
good work. Good work, Muhammad, again. Just the last question. Just talk to me about the statistics now as a subject.
Yeah.
What before the project and now? What do you think?
Before the project, actually, it was just a subject that you should understand it and solve it in the exams. Although nowadays, like before, because of the project, it became much interesting because now I can use the whatever I did it on the project and whatever I took it on the previous lessons with you, I can apply it on the real life by even I can open a company with it. Yeah.
That's good. Inshallah, that means you want every single lesson you want it to be as a project, right?
Yeah, to apply it in a real life.
Okay, thank you, Muhammad. Thanks a lot for that. Guys, Asad, Abdullah, Muhammad.
Just Mr. Can I want to
Yes,
say
you can
some
add.
more.
You can add you want.
As it is the last weeks of grade 12, so I would thank you for helping us and supporting us for the last 2 years.
Thank you.
And thanks a lot.
That's no need because that's my job, you know. Also, I found most of you and your colleague are so helpful, so interested to work and so on. Thanks a lot, Muhammad. Thanks a lot for your project. And also, just try to tell the others. I already thank them all.
Okay.
Dr. Nugget, do you need to talk about anything related to this reflection of the topic, or do you want us to go to the next step? Dr. Nugget? Are you here, Dr. Nugget? Okay.
Yes, I am here.
Okay. Do you want
So
to
this
add
was the last. Yes, of course. This was the last project, Mr. Abdul Wahab, right?
no, we have also two still.
You have, okay, two more projects are there.
Yeah.
Okay. I have seen this project, of course, student journey, their effort, the calculation, survey to collect the data. It was amazing. I can see the depth of knowledge, and I want to say thanks to all students for their effort to create, to develop, and to complete this project. And thanks to you, Mr. Abdul Wahab. Of course, you were there around them, so they were able to complete. And the confidence which student they showed today, it's amazing. I can see in the future in your class, I can see the doctor, the businessman, engineers in different field. Of course, they have their near future, and inshallah they will fulfill where they want to go in future in any profession. So I can see the energy from now. Thank you very much, student. Thank you very much, Mr. Abdul Wahab.
Thank you,
You
ma'am.
can continue to the next project.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Next project it will be with Yusuf. So let us to work with that.
Good morning, my fellow classmates and my dear teacher. Today I'd like to tell you about my statistics project that me and my friends made. Specifically me, Abdullah Faqih, I'm the
Just second for eating the meal.
Sean and our friends. So
So it was about a few weeks ago when I started to succeed to requested a project from us.
Sorry again.
And he said that it was an open project, so basically we could do whatever we want, whatever we had in mind. Just had to be creative and good. So also he sent us like a forum that had a couple of subsets, which really helped us. It was basically like phases, made it much easier for us to complete this project successfully. So the first phase, it was like the basis for the project. It was the basis. It was like sightseeing for the project. So what we decided to do was.
Sorry again.
We decided to go to my friend's house, Al-Faqih's house, maybe like 2 weeks ago, and we just discussed the matters. It was me, Abdullah Al-Faqih, and Muhammad Hisham. Unfortunately, Omar Faj couldn't come because something came up. He was busy, he couldn't make it. So basically, so what we did was that we took a couple of ideas online for math projects, and we kind of had a mix between all of them. There were boards, there were presentations, there were many stuff. So kind of just took a mix between this and that. So the first phase, I was like the head of the first phase. We divided the phases amongst each other. So there were 5 phases. I took 2 phases. So now moving on to the second phase, which was planning out the lesson. Actually, for the first phase, we finally decided that we're gonna make like a presentation because we didn't really want it to make it too complicated. So we did so when we agreed upon the presentation, it was now just a matter of which lesson we should do it on. So obviously it wasn't, honestly I thought it would be like an easier choice, but it wasn't really that easy of a choice. So phase 2 was Muhammad Hisham's phase, which basically he had to look at a couple of lessons and tell us which one would like suit the project best. And which we finally rested upon lesson 8.1 in this expo. I think we believe it's called step by step. So the lesson was 8.1, hypothesis testing, I believe it's called. Testing hypothesis. So that was step 2. That was phase 2. It was Muhammad Hisham's phase, and when he actually gave us multiple options, and then we finally rested upon 8.1, which was hypothesis testing. Now moving on to phase 3, which was like the backbone of the actual project. It was the actual presentation. We left that to Abdullah Al-Faqih. So I believe we did a pretty okay job. It definitely wasn't perfect. It needed a little bit of adjusting, which I will talk about later in this video. He did phase 3, which was basically creating the presentation. It took him a few days, I believe, just to because questions differ from each other, and we wanted one that would perfectly suit the project, that any beginners or just an average person would understand the question if he looked at the project. That's what we wanted. We wanted it to be this simple, just about give you an idea of the lesson. So that was phase 3. It was created by Al-Faqih, and it was the presentation, which I have submitted to Salah Abdullah. Now moving on to phase 4. Phase 4 was my phase. What I had to do was that I had to I had to arrange all this stuff together. I had to it's like you're building a machine, you have to gather all of the parts together. So phase 4, it was primarily creating and recording a display for the actual project, but also I had to merge a couple of stuff together with each other. So so I had to merge a couple of stuff with each other. Also, I had to modify upon the Faqih's presentation a bit, because like I said, it wasn't really perfect, so I had to improve it a bit. It had a few more mistakes and errors, so I had to work on it a bit. Which I know it wasn't my part, but in the end, it's still called a team project, and like we help each other. So yeah, I like I said, I arranged the parts together, and then I created and recorded a display, which was around 20 minutes. I also submitted that to Mr. Abdul Wahab. So yeah, now moving on to phase five, which was our flight phase. It's basically like the entire like reflection of the project. Not the individual reflection, it was like the how can I say this? Yeah, so it was like the reflection of the project. It was like the reflection of the project. So I think, I probably finished it, and he submitted it also to Mr. Abdul. So all of the documents that I just mentioned, I believe they were also to Mr. Abdul. My personal reflection about this entire project is that honestly, I thought it wouldn't be possible to create such like a project with like a team and like everybody would actually work on it. But to my surprise, it actually did work out pretty good. So what I learned from this was that I mean, like, it definitely did improve my like cooperation with other students and my teamwork. It definitely did improve that. But motivation for me is still, to be honest, the biggest afterwork, and that. So that's my big point. Just getting to like trying to motivate other students and even my own self. The motivation is just it's not really out there. So that's my own reflection. So I wanted to talk about what got me into statistics. So probably as you know, I have math is divided into two subjects: statistics and calculus. So for the university, I want to go to medicine. So when I asked them, they were like, statistics or calculus are fine. So honestly, it was a hard choice choosing between statistics and calculus. Because I mean, I can do like both, but I was like, let me take the easy way this time. I don't have to make everything hard for me. And statistics is generally known to be like much easier.
Sorry for that. We need to meet Hamid Swedi.
Rather than calculus, so I chose statistics. I just wanted statistics. So I just wanted to thank my lovely teacher, Mr. Abdul Wahab, for this wonderful journey throughout the past few years. He was a wonderful teacher. He definitely knew how to deliver the information. I wanted to thank Ms. Megad for her efforts with us, and I wanted to thank Ms. Marwa, the supervisor for section, for her efforts with us as well. None of this would have been possible without them.
Okay, thank you, Yusuf, for that presentation. Interesting generally. He's talking generally about the product, but as general, not step by step. Just we will talk about what already he did in this product. So let us to see that in his video, his own video. I read that. It's a long time, but we just talk about just will take some.
Dear Mr. Abdul Wahab and my fellow classmates, today I shall be discussing and showing my statistics project that I have done.
That he already said before, the names for each one.
So,
I mean the team member.
Here's the process journal that Mr. Abdul Wahab has shared with us. Phase 5, which is the reflection.
I said already about that.
And I emphasize that they design the C.
Because the title he already chose from his back.
Actually put it in testing with the level select table with the condition table.
And this is the resources he already working on, as you see here. He is trying to get a table. In this video, Yusuf tries to explain every point he worked with his colleagues.
Yeah, it's just a little bit more complicated video. Onto the
and this is a PowerPoint presentation asking about the lesson itself and the question and how to solve it and so on.
It's going to oppose the education.
And here he got an example from the lesson. That's a real life application for the lesson itself.
Let's start off with what? Let's show the critical.
As you see the answer in details, step by step, step number 1, step number 2, and so on. I try also to talk about the
Yeah,
the
that makes
answer
sense.
generally.
I'm assuming that each part of this project is different.
That's about it. I think here also Yusuf has some points to talk about. Uh, let's set on the PowerPoint presentation and it, and let us to just see here what he did exactly with his hands on the project itself. It will be the same exactly as we said in as we saw in the PowerPoint presentation itself. But unfortunately, Yusuf has some issues to talk about. So if anybody of you guys, if anybody of you want to talk about this project, it's okay. Abdullah, Jum'a, Muhammad Ali, whoever want to talk about it, it's okay because there is no member talk about his project. I think there is no comment, so it will be to the next project, Nabil project. Let us to start with Nabil.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, my name is Nabil Muhammad. I'm from grade 12A. So today we have been asked by our statistics teacher to produce a project for our statistics lesson. So we have produced this project, me and my group members, Omar Asad, Mohammed Saeed, Abdullah Yusuf, Amar Hassan, Muhammad Ali Dost, and Mohammed Saeed. So we have been asked to produce a project, and we have chosen one of the lessons that we understood really well, and we could produce a project. And I will take you through the process right now. The project has been divided into 5 phases, which now I will take you through them. So the first phase was all about generating an idea, and I had help. The first phase I did it by myself, me and my colleague Asad, whom I had his help from, and he was very helpful, thankfully. And this phase was all about generating an idea, coming up with the projects, coming up with a project lesson, a suitable lesson and topic as well. And we formed our hypothesis and we discussed our topic and recorded our ideas as well, me and my colleague Asad. And then we move on to the second phase.
Just a second, guys. To meet Mr. Abdul Rahman.
Which was all about the research and planning, which was done by Amar Hassan and Ahmed Khalid. And they could research the hypothesis and they could confirm with the teacher, Mr. Abdul Wahab, our statistics teacher. And we could fill out the project sheet as well and obtain signatures. And then we move on to the third phase, which is about the data collection and analysis, which was done by Abdullah Yusuf and Mohammed Saeed. They could conduct the experiment safely and they chose an appropriate sample size. And they collected all the data which we produced in the Microsoft Excel. And then we move on to the fourth phase, which was all about creating and exhibiting. This was done by me, which I recorded the presentation and sent it to our statistics teacher. And we displayed our project and we gave an oral presentation for the math exhibition interviewer as well. And then finally we have phase 5, which was the final phase. And this phase, it was mainly about the reflection, which was done by Muhammad Ali Dost. And he wrote the reflection he did the reflection all by himself. And after we are done with all the project, we'll add to our e-portfolio as well, so we can show it to everyone, and everyone can be able to view it. And then finally, I just wanted to thank the school faculty, Ms. Nighat and Mr. Abdul Wahab. They were really helpful, especially Mr. Abdul Wahab. He helped us through all the project and he told us what to do and he explained everything to us. And I wanted to thank as well Ms. Nighat. She was very thoughtful and she even offered to help me outside the school, which was really thoughtful of her and I really appreciate it. And I wanted to thank Ms. Marwa as well, our supervisor. She was very helpful and she's always very supportive and we appreciate all her hard work and efforts. And I just wanted to thank all of the NAS faculty for their efforts that they're offering everyone. And it's very helpful of them and they're working quite hard to produce the environment and produce the study environment that we need, as well as everyone in the school. Thank you everyone a lot, and have a great day.
And thank you to Mr. Nabil. Appreciate your work, your kind words. That about the video generally talking about what already they did, what general did in the product. Let us now to see the second or what the second video is talking about the problem itself. Okay, and also talk about the steps in 20 minutes. So we will just try to move step by step to just save the time. And let Mr. Nabil is talking about his product after that. The
Assalamu
reflection.
alaikum everyone, my name is Nabil Muhammad. I'm from grade 12A. I'm the group leader of our statistics project that we have been asked by our statistics teacher, Mr. Abdul Wahab. And today I will be taking you through the process of our project and explaining to you every single aspect and every single step of our project that we have done and produced. And I will be taking you through the phases as well, from the first point till the last point. So these are all these are the five phases, or you can call it 5 steps that we have done in order to achieve this successful project. So as you can see, the phase 1 is generating an idea. So the first point is brainstorm 3 possible themes. So before starting the project, we actually brainstormed some possible themes that we will.
Yes, I think we saw that before. I was talking about the phases generally.
And we could fill out the audience to understand everything clear. This PowerPoint, everything that we investigated, all the questions and the answers and the steps, is all here. We will be displaying this PowerPoint in order for the audience to understand everything clearly and in an organized manner. And then we come to the third phase, which is data collection and analysis. So during this phase, firstly we have conduct the math experiments safely, which we absolutely did, and we could come up with the experiments safely. We didn't face any dangers or any of that. We could do everything smoothly and successfully. And it wasn't any experiment, actually, it was just a group project, so we didn't have to be in any kind of danger. And secondly, we have chosen appropriate sample size, which we did in this data. This is the data that we have gathered, and we could collect all of the data from asking our classmates for the information that was needed, which was our hypothesis was hours students spent outside the house, and we could gather all the data that we needed. And then we have performed several trials of the math experiment, which we did actually. We performed several trials of the math experiment, and we did it all successfully. But we didn't have any experiment going on. It was just a project, like I said. And then fourthly, we have collect data accurately. So as you can see, the data that we have here, it was all collected accurately. We asked our classmates about the hours that they spent outside the house, and we came up with the names here, and the people per person, and the hours, and the per day. It's all gathered here accurately and firmly, as you can see, concretely. And then we have record all the data and observations in your math project journal, which all the data and the observations is in this project journal, as you can see. And I am currently even recording it,
Yeah.
classmates' answers, and we put it all here at the last step, which was summarized. And then we have prepare a written conclusion supported by the data. So all of the written information is right here in the PowerPoint presentation. And we came up with a conclusion, as you can see at the last step, which was summarizing the results. And here is the conclusion that we came up with, and it was all done correctly and in an organized manner as well. And then we have phase 4. So in this phase, we will be creating and exhibiting a display. So this phase is all mainly about the exhibition and the display that we will be presenting. So first, we have sketch possible designs for the display, which is PowerPoint that we have here. Like I said, we will be displaying this PowerPoint, and we could design the display accurately and in an organized manner. And then secondly, we have created display board within the appropriate parameters. So we have everything here for the display. We have even photos of me and my group members asking our classmates about the hours they spent outside, and here are we collecting the data, as you can see. And here we have the data as well. So here everything has been collected accurately, and we have came up with a display board.
Yeah,
like I
that's
said,
it.
the step is in this PowerPoint presentation. Here the data, great, and record a video for the people to understand, within which we explain the data that we have gathered, and the PowerPoint presentation we explained each and every single step of the PowerPoint, as you can see.
Yes, we can see that.
And you could explain it in an organized on your own work. You will need to make sure it's all done correctly, because it was definitely challenging for us to explain in the video. We kept on deleting some videos some of the videos that we faced challenges. We deleted them and we recorded a perfect video in which we didn't make any mistakes. And other than that, we didn't face any other difficulties. However, we will try to improve our communication skills, and we'll try to improve our collecting data skills, which is really important. It's one of the important roles in this.
Yes, we can find that, Mr. Nabil. I think also we have PowerPoint presentation. It will be the same exactly as you already shared with the video, right, Nabil? Or do you have something different? Yes, I think it's the same. Here, you want to talk about hours students spend outside home, I mean, or you mean, I think. And you get to read a problem, a real life problem, and talk about it, how to apply this lesson 8.1 on this type of real life question. And you make the steps to get the answers using the formula and getting the answer by using also the graph. And last point, talk about summarizing the result or the summarize and the deduction. Generally, I find it good work, Nabil. And also, I don't find any point related to the weaknesses of the cancer. I don't want to talk about that. Also, we cannot talk about the product itself without Nabil But I can find if you have any question, if you have any comment about it. Muhammad Ali, Mr. Abdurrahman, Omar. Omar, if you want to ask him.
Unfortunately, I've just joined a little bit late. So how are you boys? I hope everyone is doing well.
Thank you.
It seems like you have done like such an amazing job. I didn't see the technical wise, but I'm sure with your support, everything is in place. May I ask you as well, who was that student who was presenting in the last part of the video?
Nabil Muhammad, but not here now.
He's not here now, but just guys tell him like amazing presentation. I liked actually his body language and how confident he is. I wish my students from middle school would have been here just to see how confident he is and to learn from
Inshallah.
his presentation skills. Amazing job. Well done, boys. Thank you, Mr. So much.
Okay, Mr. Abdurrahman. Thank you for your presentation, your joining. Muhammad Ali, if you have any question, you can ask. If you have any comment, you can do also. Okay. Omar, if you have a question, you can ask also. If you don't, it's okay. Okay, guys. Generally, here we have two projects to talk about, Nabil and Muhammad and Yusuf. Sure, I appreciate all of this work, and I so surprised, especially from groups of Nabil groups. I think but Nabil is not here. You can talk about it, yeah, Muhammad, if you want to talk about it. That's up to you because Nabil is not here. So if you want to ask about the hardest phase, you can talk about it by yourself if you want.
I think it is the survey phase.
Yes, that's need a lot of work. Also group to one ask and one take evidence and so on. I think that's it. Yes, that's right. I agree with you. Okay, guys. Anyway, today's our project is done, inshallah, and with Mr. Abdurrahman we'll see which group will be the first and second and third and so on. But don't worry about remarks, about your report. Don't worry about it. I appreciate all of your work. Also, the certificates, it will be ready for all of you. So don't worry about it also. Thanks a lot and have a nice day.
Thank you, Mr.